If those players can pick up their game and start scoring more regularly, it will mean a massive lift for Penn. So that's number 5, which is Nate Lucchese with the ball. Leo Hoffman is number 5, and Davis Provost is number 9. Watch those 3 players to see if they can get going this year for Penn. Here's Leo, lightning fast, crazy fast speed.
And he's been one that Taylor Ray really wants to bring out all the potential that he's had as a high school recruit. Down the middle, and Penn, an early sign of some improved offense. It's Davis Provost, like you mentioned.
There he is, Davis Provost. And I didn't know he could I didn't know he could score right-handed, Joey, because Davis Provost is very left-handed.
Yep.
They allowed him, you'll see it here, they're going to give him the right hand and let him come down the lane. Slides late, goal. That's a really great right-handed shot by Davis because he's very naturally left-handed, gets it off righty, low angle shot, like right in the lower corner of the goal. That's a great play by Davis and good play by Penn.
He was third in Oatsville this year. Here's Natty Mason. Part of that line 2 mid. Defended really well there. A shot that got blocked in front. Nicely done on the defensive end there for Henry Zabirik. 59 in white. Against Liam Connor, a junior from Manhasset. And Georgetown scores. A little dump inside feed to his brother.
That was a great play. I mean, it's such a nice play. Penn had a shot at that ground ball, by the way. They could have gotten that ball out. Georgetown wins the ground ball. They gain possession. They're going to drive left-handed. Then the cut's going to come from behind as well. Watch how creative this is. He sneaks from behind, catches left, goal. It's just good, creative lacrosse and moving your feet, showing your stick, catch, goal. That's a really, really nice play by Georgetown. Really nice assist as well. Good look, good catch, good finish.
How about the proximity? Thanks so much for being with us here today.
Double coming, so they got the slide now.
As Jackson Maher traded off for Isaac Corris. Inside, good look. Blocked in front by Ty Banks, reigning Big East Defender of the Year.
But the other key for Penn this year, Joey, is they've got to get better flow going. Ball moving, people moving, cutting. Create flow on offense as opposed to individual dodging. They've got to create more flow and more action off the ball. Let's see if they can do that this year in 2026.
Scain stings the corner. Off the feed from McMillan. Just enough space, and Griffin Scain puts a laser beam.
That's his spot, Joey. That right wing where he tries to get above goal line extended. He's right-handed. That's the shot he wants. That is his spot coming up the wing. They're going to set a little pick action here. Griffin's going to spin off the back of it. He doesn't need a lot of space and just stings the upper corner.
And James Carroll there is on an island. A little bit of miscommunication there on defense, you think?
Just for half a second, but that's all you need in lacrosse. You need these little openings, these little moments when you're open for long enough to catch it and let it go.
A push there on Mac Eldridge will be possession Georgetown.
Again, what we were talking about earlier, Joe, from the midfield, right, for Georgetown, do they have the midfield dodgers to break down Penn's guys and run by your guy? Because that's what causes slides. It causes disruption. All of a sudden, people are open, pass, goal. So let's see if Georgetown's mids can break down Penn and cause slide, cause disruption. I think that's going to be a key in the game.
Lucas Dudemain out there with Kevin Miller. Georgetown trying to answer, and they do. Right down the alley. It's Connor again. 2 goals for the graduate transfer from Colgate.
So he's going to come, shows left, splits to his right. I think you've got to be harder and more physical on him. You'll see him coming down the lane. They're not getting a lot of contact and there's no lumber there, right?
More pressure from Georgetown, 40 in the shot clock. Plenty of time for Kevin Warren's team.
Jake Bickle from Philadelphia, very, very good player. Right-handed, very offensive. Can score, can pass. Excellent player from Malvern Prep.
Oh, good feed from Connor inside to Joey Caesar.
So what you're seeing, Joey, is a lot of excellent cuts that are well-timed. They're cutting when Rory Connor is in position to feed and is ready. So you'll watch the play here. He's in position. He's ready. There's the cut. Goal. Penn's got to do a much better job of playing the guy off the ball and not allowing this to happen, to be cutters wide open and scoring like that. They've got to play better off-ball defense. 2 excellent saves by Anderson. He's just a great goalie who plays very good position. He's smart. He doesn't give you much. He makes you beat him. He's not going to let something go by that doesn't deserve to go by.
That shot on goal was Paul Van Bastelar. That's a good-looking transition for Penn.
Again, you're seeing zone here by Penn. So they're sort of sitting in a zone to see what that will do and what Georgetown's going to do. If I'm Georgetown, I'm going often to Liam Connor because he's such a great feeder. Now they're going to attack. They're going to play him behind and not let him stand there. Watch inside. Watch the cutters.
Skip pass to his brother. Oh, yeah. Man, you got to love lacrosse, George. What a rip from Connor. 4 of Georgetown's 5 goals.
That was an absolute bomb right in the corner. And they're playing zone, which means you're going to give up some stuff. This comes all the way across the formation, does not get knocked down, is probably screened a bit. Coming lefty. Here comes a defenseman to stop him. Boom. That Rory Connor is an unreal shooter. He just has a great knack for scoring. So
Warren told us getting the package deal of both brothers, obviously amazing, but just getting a graduate transfer with maturity that Rory has is a treat. And they love his lacrosse skill, too. Nice little shot there from Griffin Scain, backed up by Provost.
Good job there not to turn that ball over. So Georgetown is showing they're willing to go. They're willing to slide. They're coming from the inside. What Penn's not doing is making them pay. And there they did.
Ben Beecham knocks it home. You know, Taylor Ray told us that he's one of the best two-way midfielders I've ever coached. He doesn't have to play so much two-way because he's an offensive scorer.
Yeah. If we get a replay here, Joey, what you'll see is that Georgetown's defender inside is already looking to go. You can see it. And then he leaves off of Beecham long enough, doesn't recover fast enough, goal. So they're looking to come from the inside. They're looking to slide from the crease area, which means you're going to have to leave people open for little half seconds here and there. In that case, Beecham was open. He caught it, took one.
Chorus to round it out with Griffin Scain for the Quakers. Playing against Georgetown today, the number 5 ranked team in the country with 2 postponed games. This is where the Ivy League usually starts, is this weekend in February. Georgetown's getting their first action today, too. A new season upon us for these 2 teams.
I like that Isaac Chorus. That's a nice little play there. Getting to his right hand, let a great shot go. Missed it high by an inch or 2, but got a really good shot.
Oh yeah, you'll take that any day. Jackson Maher, his first collegiate goal.
How about that, Jackson Maher? The first goal of his life here at Penn. He's a freshman. He's playing his first game ever. It's obviously first of the season. He's going to come up. He's going to come, little split dodge. He's going to come left-handed. He gets above goal line extended, turns back, shoots right, goal. And I think they've got to shoot it low, Joey. Watch this ball. He goes down low. I think Anderson is so tough upstairs and so tough up.
Lane. Yeah, Anderson Moore is going to take a ride across midfield. Nice clear from Georgetown.
What a stud that Anderson Moore is. Just flying out of the goal like that. Gets it cleared across the midfield stripe and then makes the successful exchange. Very well done by Anderson Moore.
Kevin Miller. Top your screen in the alley. Back to Connor at X. Working against McMullen. It's a thankless job being a defensive midfielder. Dudemain.
They got a little box break there. Watch out, Connor again.
Beautiful shot, Rory Connor. Showtime today. 5 goals here in this first half.
I think if you're Penn, you have to stop sliding off of Rory Connor. These are easy shots. He's got all kinds of room, all kinds of time. Boom. You can't give him those shots. It's not taken. I bet last year he probably had 4 or 5 shots the whole year. So he's got 2 off in the first game here at Penn.
Rory Connor had 5 goals, and Joey Caesar, the only other goal scorer for Georgetown. For Penn, it was Griffin Scain, Ben Beecham, Davis Provost, and Jackson Maher.
Here's Lucchese with a short. It's hard to
and try to dip underneath.
They're sliding. Move the ball. They're sliding. Oh, yeah. They were moving, and then they've now recovered. You've got to move it while they're sliding now.
Here's Griffin Scain. Has some space, bounces it home. Griffin Scain, his second goal today. Second team All-Ivy a year ago, led Penn in goals and points. He was the one they were most excited to have back, and you see why.
It's vintage Griffin Scain. He's in his office. It's that wing. He's very good at getting people under him. Now he comes top side, shoots it off stick side low. This is a beautiful goal. That's his spot. That wing, right-handed, creating shots and goals. They've got to keep getting it to him in that spot on the wing where you can get top side, create.
The offsides there. Larry Horning handling it, just waiting for somebody to toe tap over the midfield line so he could cross.
Nice job by Georgetown there again. So they've cleared it successfully the last 2 times. They've got a whole 45 seconds to operate here, and they've got it behind with Liam Connor.
McMullen defending. Dudemain goes low. Underneath Pelote, and the captain lets it fly. The Canadian, a stud box player in high school, now in his senior season, playing field and letting it fly.
Coming left-handed. He's out on the wing here. Looks to get top side. He gets top side. He wants his left. Shot coming. It's a really good shot. And Jack Palat has played fine today. You know, could he have possibly saved that one? Maybe. But he's made a lot of excellent saves today, and he's keeping Penn in this game for sure.
Lucas Dudemain had quite 7 over those 6 games.
Tell you that McGurran, he makes a lot of plays. He clears
especially
it.
at the face, too.
He handles the ball. He scoops up ground balls. He does a nice job for Georgia. I like number 37, McGurran.
Kevin Warren shared with us that he and David Shriver, the defensive coordinator, feel like McGurran is the best mentor for Evan McFarland, who we mentioned a couple times, 28 in blue. He is next up as far as great LSMs through this Georgetown program. Nice little skip pass underneath. Rory Connor with 6.
Yep, they're leaving him open. If you leave him open, he's going to kill you. It's the same thing. He's off the ball. He's going to catch it in room and space. There's no one covering him. It only takes him 1/10 of a second to get out. Here's an angle pass. Great look inside. Shot goal.
How about that pass from Jack Ransom?
Great pass. Really good look. The angle was there. It was a diagonal pass across the formation. Here's Ransom. You can see it from here. Great look. Man, that's.
And Liam Connor's going to have to chase this one down. They're looking for Kevin Miller on the dunk.
Boy, that was a little overly fancy. I thought that Roy could have just slam dunked that himself. He went for like that one extra pass, but it was sort of thrown with a little bit of a lollipop. It wasn't zipped. And Penn's very fortunate there that it's still 8-5. I think if you're Georgetown, you can start to squeeze the light. Like if you get a goal or 2 here, it changes the profile of the game and changes the momentum very significantly.
Here's Joey Caesar. And got a little bit of room. Nice shot. Oh, yeah. That's number 7. Rory Connor is a hired gun. It's just.
Looks like timeout, Penn. Yeah.
He's incredulous. You can't stop this kid. Georgetown ahead by 4. 9 goals, 7 of them belong to Connor. We'll be back.
Wins ground balls. He passes well. He clears it. That's a nice asset for Georgetown.
He is all reliable.
Jake Bickle.
When you were coaching, George, did you rely on your LSMs and guys who can kind of be a close LSM to do as much as McGurran's doing today?
For sure, but you've got to have guys that have that kind of ability, right? That kind of stick work, smarts, right? It's not just stick work. He's really smart about where he wants to go with the ball. He sees people that are open.
Oh, Lucas Dudemain. That's dirty.
Wow.
Little BTB action for Georgetown to double up their lead on Penn.
And I think, if I'm correct, that might have been Rory Connor on that assist. Now he's starting to pile up the points. Is that him behind? Yeah, here he is. So Dudemain's going to flash left-handed. He's not that open. Catches it behind the back goal. Assist to Rory Connor.
That is way too slick from these two.
So 2.
He's got 5 ground balls, in case you're wondering.
Yeah. So if you're Penn, you got to attack very quickly because I'm sure the first penalty is going to end very soon. So the question for Penn is, do you try to get it inside? And then does Georgetown have to cram down so much that your outside shooters are going to have space to shoot? They've got to be more attacking here, not just moving it around in a circle.
It was James Corella on the penalty. Oh, yeah. Travis Smith. Nuclear outside, and that might be just what Penn needed to get back in this thing. A man-up goal for the Quakers.
I've not seen Travis Smith out there a whole lot today, Joey, but he was not waiting on that one. He's coming across right-handed. He's going to catch it and let it go. He's already predetermined this thing's going. Wow, a bullet in the top corner.
He was all Ivy League in the tournament team last year. Former high school All-American, comes from a lacrosse family. His dad played at Towson. Goes wide there for Dante Vardaro. Maybe not all that he wanted out of it. He'll stay with the Quakers.
That had some heat on it, though. That thing had a little mustard on top of it.
Yeah, you get the extra length on the pole. Sometimes you get a little more velocity.
That ball was ripped. Unfortunately, wide. So Penn's got a full 55 seconds on offense here.
And 20 in the quarter.
Can they show some grit, right? Can they grit this one out to pull it back to 3 or 2? Or does Georgetown grind him into the ground?
You're not advantaged to just hold on to the ball, so Penn's going to go for it. Under 10. Nice pass and goal. Ben Beecham off the feed from Lucchese.
How about that one, Joey? That Nate Lucchese's trying to, they think he's going to try to dodge from up top. They're trying to create a shot. Somehow Beecham, here comes the early slide. Open, quick, got to get it away quick, and did. Then he gives a very aggressive headbutt to poor Lucchese. Watch this. Watch this. Ready? Boom. Ouch.
Of the 7 that Rory Connor has had today, that he didn't make the cut because Lucas Duneman had the highlight reel there.
Maybe they're getting tired of him scoring so many goals.
Well, he's done it in a very workmanlike fashion.
That he does. He gets open, he takes one look, and he lets it go.
Georgetown's got a union on their hands. They tend to model after their coach. I'm sure like your players did when you were coaching.
Oh, they had it.
Kevin Warren with that blue-collar mentality. Georgetown wins it off the loose ball push.
You know, there's again, we talk about the little things, Joey. Penn had 2 clean shots at that ball. Oh!
And they get a big-time shot. McGurran.
Of course.
He's had a huge day as a vacuum on the ground balls. He gets a goal to go.
You know, I'm not sure how much of this replay we're going to see, but Penn had 2 clear shots to win this ball. So we're just going to get the offensive side. Here goes McGurran. He's going to let it go. You know, those long pole shots, they're hard to save because you can't see it coming out of the stick as well. It's hard to read that shot as a goalie. It's such a long pole. It comes flying in. Or negative for your team. Shot coming.
That one wide there from Jake Bickle. Well, you're absolutely right. These swing plays, we think about, oh, it's a ground ball. All right, you got another possession. They matter. And you as a coach, I'm sure you always emphasize those kind of things.
Yeah, because if you win the ground ball, that gives your team the possession, which means you could get a shot and score. If they get the ground ball, that gives them the possession, them the shot. They could score. Oh, no.
Wide open, Lucas Dudemain. Forced Pilote to be right into the cage. That's a hat trick for double eights.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally wide open. The diagonal pass comes. I'm not sure how they lost him. Maybe somebody slid there. I'm not sure, but he's literally wide open. There's nobody there. And you're running behind the goal. I'm not sure who this was for Penn, to cover somebody who's at X that can't score, to leave a man who's above goal line extended wide open. You just can't make that decision. He's wide open. There's no one near him. And there's been too many of those goals for Penn, and those are killers if you're a 7. You kept it to 12. Penn's challenge last year, Joey, is they couldn't get to double digits offensively. They weren't scoring 11, 12, 13, 14 goals. They were scoring like 6, 7, 8, 9 goals. The next step for Penn on offense is to be able to score 12, 13, 14 goals, because that's when you're starting to win lacrosse games.
And where's that offensive production going to come from? As that worm burner doesn't go, bounced off of Connor and up to McMullen.
McMullen's played a nice game, too. He's scooped up a bunch of ground balls and got it cleared. They've got offensive people on defense now. This is a good chance for Penn.
Davis Provost off the bounce. Nicely done for Provost, his second goal today. The junior from Denver, letting it fly.
Great play. Davis is left-handed, as we mentioned earlier. He did score a right-handed goal in the very beginning of the game. This time he gets it coming to his left, which is what he likes. He's fast and tall, so he's got speed. He's got momentum, gets to the middle, goal. Really good play by Davis. This is the shot he wants, right? That hard left-handed rip. Tell you, if you're Penn and there's a goal here where you could feel good about something, if you can get to double digits, if you can score an extra man and make it to 10, I think trying to win the game from this point is a tall order. But if you could make it to 10 to prove to yourself you can score double-digit goals, because I don't have the scores from last year sitting in front of me, Joey, but it was
an
lot
8-6 win for Georgetown last year. Or do you mean just generally?
All of Penn's games. There were so many games when they scored seven goals.
Averaged 9.
They averaged 9, right?
8.9 and 8.9 if you really want to be technical.
You got to get to double digits to try to win lacrosse games.
Up top, Provost. Oh, yeah! Wow, stings the top corner for his third goal today.
That was a bomb. How about that shot? Off stick high from distance, and that had plenty of mustard on it. Really good shot. And he was one of the 3 guys we talked about early. It was Lucchese, Provost, and Leo Hoffman. And they got it from, wow, what a shot by Davis Provost. So they've got to get Lucchese going.